How to speed run getting cancer. Don't advise to get cancer. Lock in.
So you need to get cancer and fast.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
you've dreamed
100%.
of dying a slow, painful death since childhood.
Wouldn't that even be, not to stop the video so early, but like if you're dying a slow, painful death, wouldn't that be worse than just dying instantly? Because every day you'd have to wake up and just like pain of not being able to wake up and like play Fortnite. Like that would just kill me inside, really.
Or maybe you're just bored and want attention. Well, I hate to break it to you, but those microplastics and carcinogens you've been guzzling just won't cut it. But don't worry. As a content creator, it's my responsibility to ensure my viewers are constantly exposed to cancer.
That is literally the moment as you're watching this video. I've set like monopixel parts of each stream to make sure that it sends you radioactive waves. So the longer you watch this, the more chance there is of you getting cancer. And I don't know where I'm going with this conversation, but I hope you don't die of cancer
So
specifically.
today I'll
Don't sue me if you do, though.
be showing you how to give yourself cancer as fast as possible. Cancer happens when a cell loses its moral compass and reproduces uncontrollably like a Catholic bunny on Molly.
So, like, what he's saying is when your cells become horny, you start to get cancer.
But to get there, you'll need to mutate your cell's DNA. Now, normally that takes years of aging, but we don't have time for all of that.
We
So
don't.
let's expedite the process with a buffet of carcinogens. Smoking is a great way to look badass, but did you know it's also a leading cause of lung cancer? Smokers are 25 times more likely to develop lung cancer than non-smoking losers.
Now, imagine if you smoke and vape at the same time. That would give you twice the speed because 2 times 25 is 50, and the average lifespan's 100. So you'd be like getting cancer at like the age of 15.
So I suggest you start chain smoking menthols as soon as possible. They're better than your standard reds because they numb your throat, allowing a deeper inhale. Doctors even used to recommend menthols to relieve stress and treat asthma, but the
Imagine like a world where like your mom is like being recommended to take drugs like cigarettes to smoke every day because of the pain of her having you. And then just before your birth, it's found out that cigarettes cause like mental damage to kids, and then you're born and you have to just deal with any like disability or like mutation that has been given to you. That'd actually suck.
retards over at the FDA had to come in with their clipboards and science. Luckily, they haven't ruined alcohol yet. A great way to shorten your life and boost your risk of cancer is regular alcohol consumption. When you drink, your body converts alcohol into acetaldehyde, which is basically paint thinner for your DNA but tastes slightly worse. Acetaldehyde is more toxic than alcohol, so our livers turn booze into something worse than what it started with. Great job, evolution.
So this is what I'm for you. So the summer's coming up soon. I recommend you block all your friends. You rent a basement. You buy 7,500 packs of cigarettes, and I think 12,000 bottles of vodka, unsolicited vodka, and just put vodka in a cup. Dip your cigarette in it, light the cigarette, and then smoke the cigarette while drinking vodka, and that just should be your entire summer.
Slamming Four Locos doesn't just ruin your chance at employment, it can mess up your DNA, causing mutations that slow cell repair.
But think about it. If your cells mutate just enough, you might be able to get powers. So it's like 90% chance lung cancer, 0.05% chance of running fast. Those are pretty good odds.
But if you're constantly binge drinking, you're more susceptible to drunk driving, overdosing, and suicide, which would end the cancer speedrun on a technicality.
And we don't want that, clearly.
I suggest going easy on alcohol if you're going for a
I retract my statement. For summertime, do not conduce or subjuice yourself to any alcohol. My mistake.
pure cancer build and focus on other carcinogens to make up the difference. For example, processed meats are a great alternative. In 2015, the World Health Organization classified processed meats as a Group 1 carcinogen. That puts hot dogs on the same list as cigarettes and uranium, which are the three things a growing boy needs. Bacon, ham, and deli meats are coated with preservatives that turn into nitrosamines when cooked, and because that word has a bunch of syllables, it's considered a carcinogen. With that being said, make sure you are eating as much gas station food as possible while supplementing Soylent and vegetables with Red 40 Mountain Dew. Pairing a poor diet without exercise will drastically increase your risk of cancer,
Oh,
but
beautiful.
you were probably already doing that. But if you want to make your situation way worse, doctors recommend playing ranked Counter-Strike and eating chicken nuggets all day. Your body will become a beautiful, fertile garden in which the only thing that grows is tumors. More fat cells means more estrogen, means more inflammatory chemicals that can develop into breast, pancreatic, and colon cancer. Non-processed meats can still be carcinogenic if you fry, smoke, or char them, since they'll contain polyacylic aromatic hydrocarbons and heterocyclic amines. That's over 19 syllables. Well, at least our drinking water's safe. The great people over at DuPont.
He's saying a lot of big words, and I really want to try and break them down to make you guys understand. But I'm so lost right now.
A beautiful product called Teflon that can be found everywhere, even in your own blood.
Okay,
Coincidentally,
that's not too
Teflon
bad.
is known to cause cancer and was thrown into every product, including water, possibly as a joke. Now, this kind of upset the entire world.
Can you imagine like the person taking care of like water plants, like create bottles of water filled with like healthy water, and they like spill and they add just a bunch of chemicals that cause you to get cancer? Like you think that person's still alive? Like the amount of like probable lawsuits, jurisdictions, debts, company like investors coming out. Like I feel like that would really cause. And then again, people like companies sell cigarettes while telling you not to say, you know what, never mind. Knowing the government, they probably like helped him or something.
So they did a rebrand to PFOA, which also caused cancer. And now they're on their third rebrand, Gen X. New name, same cancer. There's hundreds of mega corporations rapidly diluting our food, water, and air with chemicals.
So do we just all have cancer, or is it like it's going to, if it keeps on going like this, we're all gonna have cancer that we can't stop? I'm so confused.
I suggest moving to an area around one of these chemical manufacturers to ensure you're getting the most contaminated water as possible. Whoa. Better yet, work at one of these factories. That way you can inhale as many horrible fumes as you want. Blending water with plastic can make a fantastic microplastic cocktail. And if you can't afford a blender, don't worry. Our entire water supply is already irreversibly filled with microplastics and forever chemicals that have made their way into our bloodstream. While you might think our world has only recently become a fish tank loaded with carcinogens, it's been this way for over a century.
So see, that's not our fault. So clearly, if we get cancer, it was never our fault to begin with. So that means if you're gonna get cancer anyway, you might as well pump it to the max and enjoy life. That's the only smart thing and reasonable thing to do.
The 1900s introduced amazing products like leaded gasoline, x-ray machines for fitting shoes, and Adam Sandler. Oh, and asbestos, which was practically seasoning back then. Hey, sweetheart, the steak's pretty dry and awful. Frankly, also, I hate you. Can you pass the asbestos? Oh, honey, you can get it yourself if it's next to the x-ray machine. Hi, Dad. X-rays pass through soft tissues but get absorbed by dense materials like your bones. But they can also knock electrons off of atoms in a process called ionization. This creates charged particles that can wreak havoc inside your cells. Even non-ionized waves can cause problems. For example, the sun blasts UV rays at our skin that excites electrons and breaks down chemical bonds. So
I remember, yeah, that makes sense. Cause I remember, especially in summertime when I'm outside and the sun's hitting my body, I can feel bits and bobs of part of my skin just going on. They feel like they're on fire and they're burning. Maybe I'm just unathletic and fat, but that's still a reason.
Throw away your sunscreen and head on down to your nearest
I don't need sunscreen.
nude beach. For any aspiring super.
Also, not to diverge from the main topic, but I feel like people don't give credit to how crazy nude beaches are. I remember one time, I was going not even to the beach. It was just we're passing by a beach because God knows why. And I remember looking out and I was talking to myself like, oh, those people kind of look naked. That's kind of funny. I kept on looking. And I asked my mom, why do those people kind of look naked? And my mom was like, casually by the way, she's like, oh yeah, that's just a nude beach. People go there when they don't want to wear clothes and stuff. And I was like, genuinely, my jaw went from here to here. It instantly just dropped. Because you don't understand how an area of mass land, one of the two, of people unclothed sounds horrible. In theory, it's oh my god, naked people. You can see naked people. Uncovered private parts smell horrible because 90% of the population refuses to wash their dick and vagina properly. And it's just nothing I don't want anyone like you think I'm joking, but like go to a nude beach and just take one big, and you're gonna regret everything you've ever regretted. You're just gonna pass out probably, actually.
For villains out there, you could simply destroy the electromagnetosphere that protects Earth from cosmic rays. This can only be done if you cool down the Earth's core, which generates the magnetosphere. You could do this by either pumping trillions of gallons of liquid nitrogen into the core or crashing a planet into the Earth.
See, those are both really realistic things that we can all do if we really want, like, if we put our mind to it. I believe that it's possible for us to achieve these goals.
You could also just move to a planet without an electromagnetosphere like Venus or Mars, but that's a little less fun. I know a lot of you guys aren't big fans of the sun. It's too bright and it's kind of condescending. So tanning booths can be used instead here. They actually emit 15 times more UV radiation than the sun. Now, I typically don't care for microtransactions like this, but if you're really committed to cancer maxing, it's kind of worth the investment. Let's move on to some heavier stuff, specifically the heaviest elements in the periodic table. These guys are bad news and are radioactive because they have no stable isotopes. Think of them like 12-year-olds, high energy, unpredictable, and likely to explode if left unsupervised. Take plutonium, for example. It's one of the most deadly elements on Earth.
Whoa!
Hanging out with plutonium for seconds is worse than chain smoking inside a tanning bed stuffed with asbestos. Its nucleus is too bloated with protons and neutrons to stay together, and like your ex-girlfriend, it doesn't
What if you just assume I had a girlfriend?
want to exist, so it makes sure everyone around them suffers. But if you really want to max out on radiation, I gotta recommend gamma rays. They're way more harmful than any other ray, and you can access gamma rays from nuclear bombs or take a bite out of Chernobyl's elephant's foot. This doesn't even look like an elephant's foot!
No, it kind of does. Ooh.
Chernobyl's elephant's foot is considered the most radioactive place on Earth. It's a mass of melted nuclear fuel formed during the meltdown. It originally emitted over 10,000 roentgens per hour, enough to kill someone within minutes. For context, that would probably kill an elephant within at least 5 to 10 minutes. To this day, it's still hot and glows in the dark a bit. While most elephants' feet weigh about 100 pounds, the one in Chernobyl weighs almost 4 million pounds. But to be exposed to the most gamma rays, you'll need to visit a black hole's accretion disk. We're running a little low on time, and all these tumors are making it extremely hard to talk. So long friend of the channel, Ellie Andrews, and his little buddy, Saint Aiden, wrote a rap to cover everything else.
If you couldn't tell, this video is satire. I really hope none of you are chasing cancer. That's just not something I wish on anyone. I love you guys all. Please stay away from Chernobyl and don't smoke. Peace.